Don't just dream about paradise. Live it with Fiji Airways. Escape the ordinary with Fiji Airways Cyber Monday sale. Immerse yourself in white sandy beaches or dive deep into coral reefs. Fiji Airways has flights to Nadi starting at just $719 for light and just $749 for value. Discover your tropical dreams at FijiAirways.com. That's FijiAirways.com. From here to happiness, flying direct with Fiji Airways.
Yay Networks.
Welcome to Logically Irrational with my parents, Tye Strickland and Melissa Rycroft. He's a little logical.
Until I start gossiping.
And she's a little irrational.
You've got nothing.
But together, they make the perfect combo.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Logically Irrational.
Go Rangers.
Go for it.
Go
Start
Rangers.
us off.
Rangers win the World Series.
They did win the World Series, and I am ticked off about it.
We were in a little bit of a predicament
I was ticked off about it.
because we had tickets to Game 6, which would be tomorrow night, which would be Friday night in Dallas, in Arlington. And so that would have, I thought that was going to be the clinching
That was
game.
going to be the
Yeah,
win.
and we would have been there.
If they could have just slacked off for one game, and I think for a while they were, it was 0-0, I think,
Well,
up until
they had a
the seventh.
no-hitter going into the seventh.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? They're not putting their best foot forward. They just...
Should go ahead and lose this one. See, I don't play that at all.
I know you don't. When you came home, I was rooting for every
Yeah,
time
I
the
know.
Diamondbacks was like, strike them out. You're like, I can't do it. I can't root against.
Absolutely not. I have been in the scenario where we've been up and almost won in 2011, and then we lost. And so if we could take it, let's take it.
I'll tell you what, it was cool though.
Interesting fact.
Okay, here, tidbit
Yeah,
with Tye. We
yeah.
have not done that in a while.
The World Series champion, so the person who wins the World Series, has not won at home since like 2011.
Oh, really? They're all away?
They always win on the road, which is so weird, right?
I mean, it's such a gamble, but we were up 3-1 going into yesterday's game. So
Yeah.
they had a little bit of wiggle room to lose one,
But we went
still
ahead
be
and we pitched our stud and we won.
Can you change the pitching lineup? Or does it have
Up
to
to
be?
a certain point, you can.
You can?
Yeah, I mean, like
So like game 6, if that had been the deciding factor, they'd be like, you know what, we're bringing in
I think,
Stud Muffin
yeah,
number
I think
one.
day of you have to have your roster in. But like after we lost, yes, we could have, or well, we didn't lose. But yeah, we could have changed it up until the day before.
Gotcha.
This dog is licking me. Sorry, got a dog in my lap
Kobe
here.
likes to podcast with us. With you.
Yeah, with me.
Yeah, no, it was super cool. I mean, we were watching the game last night, me and Haysom, and then you and B-Man came home. Ava was on the couch with us. It was a late game, though. Everybody was falling asleep.
Yeah.
Haysom and Ava ended up, I think it was 8th inning.
Yeah,
going
Ava
to
went to bed.
Yeah.
She missed it, but B-Man stayed up.
B-Man was up. Well, it was history. Never won.
It's so crazy because I've been a Ranger fan my whole life, and I've never seen them win the World Series. Beckett just now starts liking the Rangers, and here we go.
See, I grew up being a Yankee fan. We won the World Series a lot when I
you're-
was a fan. So this feeling was not so new.
You're just bandwagon.
I was not bandwagon. I mean, you know, my dad took me, a straight decade to those games.
Yeah.
It was not we just happened to win.
We.
So anyway, yes, congratulations to all the Texas Rangers. Did you hear, so that the Rangers play in Arlington, for people that are not familiar, right by Dallas. All of Arlington schools, Arlington ISD is
canceled on
closed
Friday.
tomorrow because they're doing
The parade.
the Rangers parade.
Yeah.
Beckett is going to be real mad.
I know he is.
When he finds
I
out.
thought, like, would it be worth taking them?
Yes.
Really? I mean, I think that's
Are you on the
chaos.
group chat with our
No.
baseball? Maybe it's baseball moms for Kayson's team.
Yeah, I wouldn't
and
be on that one.
They want to go. I never know what chat it's in. It will be chaos, but it's so cool. I mean, when's that going to happen again?
Next year.
You think so?
We're going to be good for a while. We got some
Listen,
good
you say
young
that
talent.
about the Cowboys every year. Oh, this is our year. Oh, they're looking good. And then halfway through the season, you're like, oh, I hate the Cowboys. So
I'm not there yet this year.
take advantage of the win.
Agreed.
We went and got our merch. So Academy Sports apparently had made this announcement that they were going to open up 15 minutes after
if they won.
Right. Only the ones here, I guess, locally. Like I know our one that's 2 miles down the road. There was a line of people, 30 long in the 7th inning.
Oh, really?
Wait. Yeah, in the 7th inning, waiting for the store to reopen to get all their World Series gear.
I saw where the line was like half a mile long after the game.
Let me just say, I know this is not super interesting, but being in charge of Spirit Shop, I know how much merch costs. You know how much merch costs. These people had
all
Texas Rangers World Series
it was already printed
merch
up.
ready to go, like thousands and thousands of dollars. That was a gamble of we may sell this or we may have to scrap it. Isn't that crazy to think that? Especially the stores.
And they just take a loss on that if somehow they don't win the World Series.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, congratulations. Also, congratulations to us, because do you know what this week is?
No. November.
Our 5-year podcast anniversary.
5 years?
5 years.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I didn't realize it until too late, because I was like, we should do something fun. 5 is one of those fun numbers.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Golly.
You know where we did our first one? At another house. We lived in another house.
At our old house? Mm-hmm. Goodness.
I know. And it was Halloween week, because we talked about the Halloween fest that our town used to put on that they don't put on anymore. And I talked about the petting zoo, and that woman wrote me, and she didn't like the way that I talked about it.
Was that the first one?
Oh, very first one. I was like, this is going to be fun. I'm already getting yelled at.
Yeah, week 1. Because you supported her.
So, happy anniversary to us. Thank you, guys. Obviously, can't do it without all you faithful listeners out there.
Yeah.
We are going to play I have a little game time at the end.
Okay.
It's kind of like a newlywed game.
Is it like a who said it, you or me?
If I had that much time to go through all our podcast episodes and figure out who said it, I would. I don't have that capacity. So no, it's not as fun as that would be, but thank you very much.
So that's about 250 episodes.
I mean,
if you do 50 a year, which we don't.
So I got my hair done the other day, and my friend Nicole, who does my hair, is super intrigued with the podcast. Like, she's wanting to do her own, and she's like, so what do you do? Do you take seasons off? And I was like, no. Some podcasts do. They'll take off the month of December or take off 2 months in the summer. We are more sporadic.
Yeah.
We're year round.
We take some off during the year.
Yeah, I think it probably all evens out the same way. So maybe 250. I don't know.
Yeah, probably 220.
So anyway, congratulations to us, still going and kicking.
Good job, Mel.
This past week, we had Halloween, and it was cold here in Dallas. Cold. We were on a trailer. We have, for the past couple years, gone with this group of friends, which keeps getting bigger and bigger. It got so big this year. He had 2 trailers attached to his truck. And when I mean, how do you describe a trailer for people that don't know what I'm talking about?
It was a flatbed truck. So there was a big bed in the back of the truck. Not like a pickup bed, but a flatbed truck. Mm-hmm. And then it was towing a flatbed trailer.
So all the parents were on
the truck.
Yes. But it was up high, and they had decorated it.
Like a hayride.
Right, and then they put all the hay bales in the other one. And somehow me and my friend Taryn drew the short end of the stick of sitting with the kids in the actual trailer. 50 kids.
There are a bunch of kids.
Because as the trailer's going, the kids think it's
okay to run.
It's mainly boys, by the way. It's mainly boys aged 7 to 10. They want to jump off of it, or
while it's moving.
They want to jump on while we're driving off. And so Taryn and I are like, well, let's just be the caboose. We'll put our feet up and make sure, especially some of the little ones, that nobody's. But then I'm looking at all the parents up at the top, just talking and laughing. Game. Exactly. He had the TV on with the Rangers game, and I was like, how did this happen, Taryn?
Yep.
It was fun, though.
It was a lot of fun. It was cold, though. Towards the end, it got a little too chilly.
Well, our kids had one of our friends came to pick up his son a little early. He met us on the trailer, and we were like, could you
maybe take us to our car?
It was no pressure at all getting Beckett or Case. And they were both like, I'm ready. I'm done. I was like, okay, awesome.
Got enough candy.
And we've lost Ava. Ava does not.
Yeah, she was with her friends.
Yeah. It
makes me sad.
3 years now that we have not spent Halloween with her, because all she wants to do is her and her friends. They had a getting ready party. They were all Taylor Swift eras. She was midnight. And then this sweet little neighborhood. It's kind of like a 1-block neighborhood, and so they just walked the block, came back, and then outside they watched a movie, they cooked s'mores, they just did Halloween party. Fun. I know.
She wouldn't change anything about it.
I know.
All good.
Hi, Kobe. He's so delicious. Okay, Let's get going?
Yeah.
Okay. I have some pop news, a little reality, and then, like I said, just a fun little game.
Okay.
We can see how much we know about each other.
Oh, it's one of those deals?
Well, I tried to not look at the questions because I didn't want to. I got it online. Online.
Off the internet?
Yes.
Oh, I got it online.
The dark web. Okay, let's do it.
Pop news time.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke you broke.
Hi, my name is Matthew, although you may know me by another name. My friends call me Maddie, and I should be dead. If you like, you can consider what you're about to hear to be a message from the beyond, my beyond.
Is that, I know that the words were from his book. Did he have that song going?
Oh, no, I did
Oh,
that.
so-
So that was the opening line to his book.
Man, that's,
I know, which I listened to in its entirety in 2 days. It was magnificent. Of course, we're talking about Matthew Perry. Everybody's talking about Matthew Perry
Yeah.
right now. And not many celebrity deaths shake me, right? This one got me. And we were at Beckett's football game. And Darcy actually texted me a screenshot. And I went, no, this is one of those hoaxes.
Yeah, right.
And I'm reading, and I go on my Instagram, and that's all that's there. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, shooketh, if you will.
yeah.
Very affected by
Yeah,
it.
it's sad, isn't it? And that's obviously your favorite TV show. But it is on at our house.
I know.
At least 3 hours a day.
I know. Well, and I think that, so the whole Friends thing, I'm obsessed. Obviously, I took Ava to New York and we went to go to the museum and stuff, but it was a part of my childhood. Like, I remember watching that with my mom, like, growing up, and I read his memoir, and I think when you read the memoir, it hits differently, too, knowing everything that this man
It's been through.
has gone through. And, you know, everybody only had, like, the kindest things to say about him. That, you know, he was a great guy. He struggled. He had an addiction to something that it took him most of his lifetime to complete. Like, what was it? 200 stints in rehab, 14 different surgeries.
What are the surgeries?
Well, I know the last one, like his colon or something. And in the book, I wish I could remember exactly what it was, but he was going to have to wear a bag outside his body where he went to the bathroom. I mean, it was, his body has been through the ringer and back. And I remember the Friends just did their reunion, I think a year ago. Do you remember that whole big shebang? And everybody was like, oh, he was high again because he was talking real slow.
He was very
and funny, which in the book
strange.
he explains. He was like, I literally had just had dental surgery. So his teeth all rotted out of his face, obviously. But he had dental and jaw surgery, which I wish he would have said on the special of like, y'all, I know I can't really talk right now and I sound funny, but I had surgery like 3 days ago. But anyway, so this happened October 28th. It is a apparent drowning of some kind. He was 54 years old. The results of his initial report, they're inconclusive, and they are pending the toxicology report, which obviously is going to take many, many weeks to months to get back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he, you know, the stories have come out that he was playing pickleball that morning for a couple hours, what he had been doing. It was kind of his new normal. He did go home early because he said he just wasn't feeling well and he was feeling tired. His assistant was at the house and he was like, hey, the new iPhone is out. Would you go get me the new iPhone? I'm going to go get in the hot tub. Obviously, everybody knows what happened after that. The assistant came home and found him, and then...
Wouldn't that have to be like a heart attack or...
Well, so obviously,
stroke?
I think a lot of people initially were like, well, he was back on something and overdosed and passed out in the bathtub. I do think the more stories that come out, that's not the likely story anymore. They obviously have released, there was no fentanyl or anything in his system. They only found prescription drugs, which he was totally taking, you know, an antidepressant. They found his nicotine patches because he was trying to quit smoking. But I was listening. We have a radio station here, the Kiss FM Kid Craddock Morning Show, and they were talking about it the day after, and the symptoms that he had leading up to are exactly what Kid Craddock had right
Oh,
before
really?
he suddenly passed away from, I think it was heart, I think. Not saying that's what it is. Obviously, we don't know. I don't want it to be an overdose of any kind. You know,
Yeah, I don't think it
sounds,
is.
yeah, it sounds like he was really in a good place. And people kept saying that he was in the best place. He was getting physically fit. He was sober. He was trying to quit smoking. He was doing pickleball every day just because it gave him something to focus on. He bought a house in Malibu and named it the Perry House and opened it up to addicts that
Yeah.
needed a place. He had a movie lined up. Like, he was totally...
Back on track.
He was
kinda.
trying. Now, are you ever back on track? It's a lifelong, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
You're fighting it forever. But it just kind of hits you. The Friends came out with a statement. I don't know. It's just, and he just had moved into this house and he had just built the pool. And
He was in a hot tub outside, right?
it was
The
they
pool.
keep calling it a jacuzzi, which to me, a jacuzzi is a bathtub. Am I wrong?
I think you can. I think our spa, our hot tub, is also considered a jacuzzi.
Okay. But yes, it was the outdoor pool and there was a hot tub connected to it. And obviously everybody knows the last Instagram post that he made. Did you see it?
No.
It's really eerie. It's him in the hot tub, in the actual hot tub.
Like-
in the hot tub.
Wow.
Yes. He's at the corner and you can see him laying back and the caption was, "Oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good." Yeah.
Man,
So, yeah. I mean, I'm bummed. I'm super
is that
bummed.
one of those things that we may never know what happened?
I think,
they'll
yeah.
release it.
I mean, the
They'll-
autopsy is done, and I know they have findings that they're not disclosing yet. I think once toxicology, let's assume they've done the autopsy and toxicology comes back clean. Now, the reason that I found that they're doing the toxicology is because although no illicit drugs were found, they did find those prescription medications. Therefore, a toxicology report is needed before the medical examiner can completely say this is what it was. Not a combination of too many antidepressants and a heart issue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Anyway, though, rest in peace.
that's sad.
It is sad.
How old was he?
54.
Golly.
Really young. His memoir is back up to #1 on the book charts.
Does he have kids?
No, he never got married or had kids. He was engaged for a little bit, but broke it off because he said that he was on too many drugs when he proposed and didn't really want. I mean, you should really listen to the memoir. It's for somebody that had it all. He had nothing at the same time. Like he was a completely insecure, broken guy
that's
that
too bad.
couldn't get it together. Super sad. Okay, well, moving on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kobe just looks so cute. So Nelson from The Challenge. You know Nelson.
Yeah.
Nelly.
He's a mess too. Isn't he?
Okay, let's talk about that because he is arrested for a DWI 6 months after this near fatal car crash that he had back in March. Now, I know you don't know a lot about that. I know about it from Instagram. I was showing you pictures of...
He looked awful.
Oh my gosh. Like his foot still maybe have to get amputated
Ugh.
because it's not healing right. So the misdemeanor charge stems from his near fatal March 6th crash in which he lost control of his Audi A4, slammed into a bridge. This was in Austin, Texas, causing the vehicle to become totaled, burst into flames while he was trapped inside of it. He passed out, but was rescued by bystanders who pulled him out, including Minnesota Vikings player KJ Osborne.
No way.
Kind of a weird, random.
Just random?
They were in an Uber, and the Uber was driving by and actually saw the accident, and there were 4 of them in the car, and they got out and pulled him out because, like I said, he passed out on impact.
Wow.
And they pulled him out of the car and saved his life. At the day after the incident, he's posting online, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like when you saw. I mean, if you want to go see something, go do it. I mean, he documented the whole thing. It was from his head down to his foot. The most worst injury, I guess, if you will, is to the foot and ankle, which they had to take skin and stuff. Yeah, whatever. Now, here's where the twist is, because what we did not find out until this week is that at the time of the incident, obviously officers are in the hospital with him going, what happened? Like, what the heck happened? They detected a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from his breath. Now, due to his injuries, they couldn't really do a super big test, but they did do a field sobriety test, and he failed it.
While he's sitting there in the bed?
While he's sitting there in the bed. They were like, look at my fingers. Look
Yeah,
at...
I could see
They
how
said his
that would be
eyes were
thrown
glassy.
out.
His
Yeah.
eyes were red. However, the documents state that the reality star was released from custody when it was discovered that treatment for his injuries would take longer than expected. I mean, he was going to be in rehab for a really, really long time. So what he did online was nothing about alcohol, nothing about I caused this because I was drunk driving, but just, oh my gosh, look at how awful this is. I'm so thankful to be alive. Let me set up a GoFundMe.
A GoFundMe?
Set up a GoFundMe. It's Nelson's Road to Recovery. It's still up as of now. They've raised nearly $60,000 since March. And obviously he's getting a lot of backlash now that this information has come out, that he was actually arrested the night of it for being intoxicated. And now he's been arrested. He was released on, I think it was a $5,000 bond that he paid for a DWI. And now people are like, wait a minute, you drove drunk, caused your own accident, yet you're telling me. Here's my question, not my only question. What's the difference? I know driving while intoxicated and then DUI is driving under the influence.
Yeah, I think one is when you're over 0.08, the legal limit.
So while intoxicated, probably?
Under the influence.
He was 0.17.
0.17, yeah, that's way over. It's twice the legal limit.
And then driving under the influence is just driving after like a glass of wine.
I think so. And I think that, I could be wrong, but I think that it doesn't have to be alcohol under the influence of something.
Oh, okay. But how do they test that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Or if they find it on you or...
Okay. Anyway. So he's in, I would assume, a little bit of trouble. And all these people, I mean, GoFundMe is such a dangerous little place anyway, isn't it?
We see a ton of stuff at work with GoFundMes because people will call us when somebody passes, wondering if they had life insurance. And if they didn't, then they'll say, they'll start a GoFundMe page for, for the family left behind.
The idea of it is great, right? Yes, it's a great thing. I want to help you. What do I do? But I feel like more issues and more issues and more issues are coming up with it, right?
With the actual company?
Well, no, not with that, but like the couple that helped the homeless man on the side of the road set up a GoFundMe and they stole them. Do you know what I mean? Right. Now you've got this, which I donated money and I didn't know the whole story.
Well, yeah, but that's up to the discretion of the donor.
Sure, but if you're telling me a story and you're my friend and I believe your story and then a year later I find out, wait a minute.
Well, that's really crappy, but I don't think it's GoFundMe's fault.
I'm not saying it's GoFundMe's fault.
Okay. I thought that's what you were saying.
I'm just saying the whole thing seems...
Yeah.
I think what is supposed to be a really great thing and a great idea.
Crowdsourcing in general.
Yes, it's been tainted a little bit by these people that take advantage of it, and I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's not good.
Sorry, Nelson.
Yeah.
Not sorry, Nelson.
Nelson's not going to be on the challenge anytime soon, I guess.
No.
I mean, is he going to be lucky to walk again?
So following him, he's still on the thing where you put your knee and scoot. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? But I do know the most recent thing he said was that they're going to have to probably amputate the foot because the ankle is not, the skin is not adhering the way that it should and whatever. Anyway. And then I'm ending, this is a gruesome pop news. This sweet little Andy Johnson. Do you know what I'm talking about? The hockey player.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So police are investigating the death. He's an American ice hockey player. He played for the NHL here for several years and then went over to England to play. Adam Johnson, weirdly enough, also happened on October 28th, which is the same day as Matthew Perry. They call it a, quote, freak accident. Not sure how I feel about that. While playing for the Nottingham Panthers. And again, this is over in England. So during the second period of the Panthers game, they were playing the Sheffield Steelers. He was cut in the neck by the skate of opposing player Matt Petgrave. And apparently he got up and went to, it's not a dugout, what's it called for hockey?
The bench.
The bench.
Yeah.
And spectators were immediately asked, everybody needs to get out ASAP. The game was suspended, and the Panthers then confirmed that he had died following the freak accident. He was only 29 years old, which is really, really sad. Here's where the controversy comes in, is that claims on social media say that this Matt Petgrave guy, who is the skate that got his throat, deliberately kicked him. Therefore, it's technically murder. Now, nobody's watching the videos. You should not. It's not. I don't think that's no. But there are pictures and stills. It's a kung fu kick from what I've seen. Like
Really?
this man
That's
is on one foot and he has another foot up, and you're like, that's not even a hockey move. Like my brother grew up playing hockey. I know it's a very violent sport and it's a rough sport. But in what situation do you have one skate way up at shoulder height at another player's face?
You dive in hockey a lot, like to block a shot or something like that. I mean, they do that. I just, golly, that's awful. I don't see anybody doing that on purpose.
Well, I don't think that he woke up that morning and went, you know what I'm going to do? Get somebody's throat.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't think he did that. I think he was playing dirty, and it was oh my gosh. Like, can I imagine? I can hear you swallow.
Oh, sorry.
Can I imagine what that dude's going through right now? Absolutely not, because they're investigating it right now. Like, this man technically could be charged if they find that it was an unnecessary roughness that led to this little 29-year-old.
I have a hard time believing that, but I mean, there's video of it somewhere.
Well, and you can, unfortunately, you can find.
Oh, you still can. Oh, I thought you were saying you couldn't.
No.
Just
I'm
stills.
saying you shouldn't. Nobody
Gotcha.
needs to watch stuff like that. Like,
Was it gruesome? I mean, like was there a lot of blood?
Yes, yeah, and I mean, people were saying as he was staggering off, he's holding his neck, and there's blood just dripping.
Well, I mean, a lot of times in the NHL, somebody will get hit in the face with a puck,
Sure.
and there's blood everywhere.
Right.
But I could see, like in that situation, like under the pads and all of that stuff, how maybe it didn't look as bad as
Right.
Because I read or I heard on the radio somewhere where that's not the first time this has happened in actually in the NHL, I believe.
Yeah.
But one of the other times it happened, like they were prepared for that, and so as soon as it happened, they came out and they put pressure on it and all that
This
stuff.
was
and the guy
apparently
okay.
so deep. He bled out, like in the ambulance. He was apparently dead because they couldn't. It hit that art,
right.
Yeah, but so anyway, at least in England, they're making neck guards mandatory from here on out, which I guess will go from your mask.
Neck guards. I think
What
you
did I
said
say?
net.
No, neck
Gotcha.
guards. Hold on, dogs. I didn't mean for this to be such a morbid pop
no kidding.
news.
We need some pick me up here.
Okay, well, let's do a little reality.
All right, good, good.
Reality Roundup.
All right, let's talk about our old friends, Amy Robach and TJ Holmes. You remember them
I
from the
do.
days of
I
yore?
heard that they have a new podcast coming
They do
out.
have a new podcast coming out because everybody
Everybody
does
has a podcast.
They've been laying low, obviously, since the news of their affair broke late last year. This was just a year ago, which is weird when you think about it.
It doesn't even feel that long ago to me.
Yeah. So, in case you were living under a rock, they were both married and they were caught having what seemed like at least a year and a half long affair. Although they publicly have maintained the stance of
They were
we
already separated. Right.
I'm taking the stance of I don't quite believe that, but that's fine. But they did end up losing their jobs for it. Is that right or not? I'm not sure how I feel about that. But they were both let go. They've stayed quiet. They, in the past year, have posted maybe 5 pictures of each other on each other's social media. Not even of each other, but like Amy will post pictures of her tennis shoes with his tennis shoes right next to him, or we're running and here's just our shadows. Kind of like teasing, not teasing, whatever. Well, anyway, they posted a picture of them hugging and very much showing that they're together with the caption, "How's this for Instagram official? Hashtag silent no more." They have the podcast called Amy and TJ, super clever, coming out.
Yeah, shouldn't they have done something
Yes,
a little
yes.
better than that?
I heard somebody say somewhere that their show should be called Goodbye America. And I was like, yes, yes.
More clever.
Comes out December 5th and apparently will explore, quote, meaningful conversations about current events, pop culture, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits. I don't want to hear about them talk about the news and pop culture. I want to hear them talk about their what happened.
Well, I mean, that's one episode, right?
Well,
And what's after that?
So this was very much like when Chris Harrison came out, right? And
is his still going?
I think so. But I just wanted to hear his explanation of everything, right? I didn't really care after. So I don't know how it's doing, but this I feel like is going to be very similar. I will listen to the first episode,
Right.
which I guarantee you they're probably not going to say anything anyway.
No. No, because then it admits fault. It admits that they had done. I mean, unless they just lie. But yeah, I have no interest in this. Yeah. I don't know why they're such a big deal.
I don't know if they're a big deal. I think the scandal was a huge deal.
I mean, were they that famous? I mean,
No. But I mean, you've got two news anchors on ABC and Disney. They represent squeaky clean. They had both been married. To me, I knew Amy was married for years and years because he was the guy from Melrose Place. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Then she was always very nice to you.
She was very nice to me, 100%. This has nothing to do with her not being nice.
That's just a side note.
But yeah, I mean, the scandal, and I think how big it got is why they probably lost their jobs anyway, because ABC is like, this is distracting
damage control.
Everyone. And
yeah.
So anyway, listen if you want. It comes out December 5th. Love Island Games. Do you remember that?
Oh,
it's out.
Is it really?
Out on Peacock.
So we can watch it now?
Now.
It's out?
I believe they said there's 6 episodes a week.
Oh, is it like that?
I think so.
Is it going to go on for 3 months?
I don't know. So Love Island Games, it's a new spinoff series. And
it's going to be good.
It's going to bring together former Islanders. Now, we're not going to know all of them because they're from the UK, from America, and from Australia.
But they had to be on Love Island first?
They did. No, we always watched USA and Australia. We don't know the UKers.
There was one more. Didn't we watch one UK?
I think we started.
I don't know. It
gets overwhelming sometimes because they're on every day.
Well, and then half of the people are on for like one episode and then they're out.
So it sounds like it's just going to be like Bachelor Pad because they're all living together. They're competing. There's a prize at the end. Like it sounds like the good old days of Bachelor Pad.
Right, back when it was good.
Which was much more fascinating to me than Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah, Bachelor in Paradise, there needs to be a prize.
I know, we talk about that all the time.
Okay.
Fleiss isn't listening to me.
I'm in on this deal.
As if we have any more time right now, because right now I'm stuck on Married at First Sight Australia. I am so
Are we going to talk about that?
If you want to.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great.
We're still on the weddings, but I'm so in.
We're episode 2, maybe 3.
3, I think.
Yeah, something about the Australia cast every year it's really good.
Australians are beautiful.
No.
Australians are so pretty. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I want to drink their water. We should bottle up Australian water and sell it. What were you saying?
Nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that it's just more. There's so many more couples.
Yeah.
And it draws that type of person.
It's great casting. I mean,
it's great casting.
I didn't even mean to talk about this. One of the weddings, it's the wedding day, and one of the bride's friends at the reception goes, "I need to talk to her." Pulls the bride aside and is like, "Listen, I don't want to do this, but I know this guy." Because a friend that I was hanging out with in Sydney was telling me that she's dating somebody who's going on Married at First Sight.
Who has the same name.
And he's only going to like get famous, but he's going to come home to me, told me this is his name and sent me pictures. And by golly, if it's not the one that you...
He's even going to come home on weekends to hang out with her.
Yes. But I'm like, you can't make that up.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And that's on the Lifetime app. I didn't mean to talk about that, but it's on Lifetime. And then this one I'm interested in watching. It's on Netflix. It's called Till Murder Do Us Part. It's Soaring.
Reality show?
No, it's a documentary. Soaring versus Haysom on Netflix. And this is the premise from Netflix. It says, did Jens Soaring, who's the boy, murder his girlfriend's parents in 1985, or was she the killer? The docuseries digs into questions that still swirl around the case. After a wealthy couple was murdered in Virginia in 1985, their daughter and her boyfriend become the top suspects. Netflix's new 4-part docuseries, takes a look at the killings of Derek and Nancy Haysom and what happened when their daughter Elizabeth and her boyfriend Jens Soaring changed their stories and turned on each other during the subsequent murder trial.
They turn on each other?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, juicy.
I know. Juicy. That means one of them did it.
Yeah, most likely.
So.
Well, unless they don't really know who did it, and then they start suspecting each other. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
And she's like, well,
I mean, I'll watch it.
I know it wasn't
That sounds
me.
like something that I would watch here during the day.
Yeah, it does.
But that's fine. And then, I had Married at First Sight Australia, did that. Housewives of Beverly Hills has started again. I've already started it.
Without me?
I did. Winter House.
That may be one I want to catch up on. Because...
Are you interested in Mauricio and Kyle? Because that seems to be all we're going to talk about this season.
I don't know. Maybe not. You can watch that without me. Then what was the other one? You
Winter
just said?
House.
Yeah, Winter House. Winter House so far has been pretty poor.
There's too many people.
Well,
There's too many people I don't quite know.
just nothing's happened yet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see people just in a house partying.
Was it last night we started it and I was like,
Yeah,
turn it off
yeah.
and put on
I
Australia?
mean, I'm not out. I just like I want there to be real drama.
Yeah.
A real entertainment.
Maybe it's coming.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. They keep bringing in different people.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah, I don't really like that
Yeah.
either, because you're not on long enough to do anything.
I know. And then I had House of Villains just because again we're watching it. I don't hate it.
Yeah, it's okay.
It fills some time.
It fills time.
All right, let's do a little game time. And
I like that. So
I'm gonna go eat my sushi.
you.
This holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, convenient meals to keep you energized on jam-packed days. Well, Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, can help you fuel up faster for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Guys, you're going to save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tackling all of those holiday to-dos. You guys know I like to stay healthy. You guys know that I like to eat healthy, and the hardest time for me to eat healthy is during lunch because I'm usually on the go. I don't want to have to go through a drive-through. Meal prepping for the week tends to take up too much time for me. So if you're like me and too busy running around for lunch, Factor has you covered with Lunch to Go. They're effortless, wholesome meals like grain bowls and salad toppers, and they're ready to eat when you're on the go. No microwave required. Keep them in the car with you when you're out running your errands, and it's all ready for you. And this November, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered right to your door. Ready in 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. So head to factormeals.com/irrational50 and use code irrational50, that's 50, to get 50% off. That's code irrational50 at factormeals.com/irrational50, and that's 50% off. This is the time of year where time just tends to fly by. Before we know it, guys, holiday season is going to be here. And if you have not started shopping yet, let me tell you where you can go to get basically anything that you want. It's Cozy Earth. So they craft luxury goods and they're going to transform your lifestyle. They've also been featured on Oprah's Favorite Things. And so you can always trust it when Oprah likes it. The products are made from responsibly sourced bamboo. They come with a 10-year warranty. Cozy Earth bedding. This is what everybody, I think, thinks of when they think of Cozy Earth, the bed sheets. They're temperature regulating. I love them because I'm a hot sleeper and I don't like to be hot when I sleep. So these sheets, I tell you what, every time you move and roll and it feels nice and cold, I absolutely love them. But they don't just sell bed sheets. They have an entire catalog of things online. One of my other favorite things with them is the loungewear that they have, which are so comfortable, so flattering. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's awesome. And I think they really have something for everybody over at Cozy Earth. Cozy Earth provided an exclusive offer just for our listeners today, and it's up to 35% off site-wide when you use code Irrational, and that's at CozyEarth.com. Again, go to CozyEarth.com and use our code Irrational to get up to 35% off.
It's game time!
Okay, so like I said, I found this online. I was trying not to I just kind of copied and pasted. So if there's any questions that were like, no, we'll skip them. But I'll ask it and then we'll both
answer.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes, because it's for each of it's. So,
Is this like how well I know my partner?
so the
type
first
thing?
one is, what food best describes your partner's personality? Salty, sweet, spicy, or sour?
That's quite a lot of options there. It's probably salty.
I'm
'Cause you're not a
salty?
you're not a sweet person.
It's my personality, Ty, not what I like.
Oh.
Salty means I'm angry.
Well, sometimes. What were the other ones?
Salty, sweet.
Salty means, it doesn't mean angry. Salty
Well, that
means
means you're bitter. You're salty about that.
No, bitter would be bitter. Salty is like fiery.
That would be
Spicy.
spicy.
Okay.
Salty, sweet, spicy. Or
I thought it
sour.
was like, what do you like? What food do you like? Sorry. Definitely not sour. That's a bad one. I would go
Say
sweet.
Say
Sweet. But you're not afraid to be spicy.
That's not bad. I will take that.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
I would say the same with you.
Okay. Doesn't hurt my feelings.
I'm not
Only a
trying
little
to-
bit.
You think I'm trying to hurt your feelings?
Maybe.
That I'd
Go
be like,
that
you're
way.
salty and sour.
I don't like that question.
Okay. What is the most embarrassing? Oh, I know. Most embarrassing thing that your partner wears around the house.
Oh gosh, yeah, the same pants every day for the last 2 years.
They're the most comfortable pants ever.
Yeah. I'm just wondering when you wash them.
What's the most embarrassing thing you wear?
Probably something with my feet, probably some sort of like sandal slipper. Because a lot of times I'll go outside and I'm wearing.
I wear slippers. You used to have those flip flops that I hated. They covered your
Yeah.
big toe. I don't even know how to describe them, y'all.
Yeah, they were.
They were flip flops that covered his big toe, and thank God he lost one of them
They
while
were
we were
very
on a boat.
comfortable. Yeah, I saw you.
I was like, I didn't even have
flip
to
it
push it
off
off.
the boat, yeah.
Thing just fell off
Middle
on
of the
its own.
ocean. Middle of the ocean.
If you could change one annoying habit of your partner's, what would it be?
Oh gosh.
It won't hurt my feelings. I won't be
Yes,
salty.
it will. It will.
Well, unless it's like breathing or something.
Just pretty much her personality. Probably something with like, it drives me crazy when you cut the kids' nails in the bathroom.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, because you don't do it over anything. And
I do it on our vanity.
Yeah, and then I don't.
And
know-
then I take the shit. You know who doesn't is your daughter.
Yeah.
Your daughter will cut
A
her
lot of
nails and
times
then
I
leave them out.
Find stuff like that.
No, I will. Yeah, cut them and then put them in the trash.
Okay. What's mine?
You're picking your
My
nails.
nails,
Oh,
yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
can y'all hear? It's so loud, and he'll do it while we're watching TV, and I'm
I
just
don't
like,
even know
do you
I'm
not
doing it.
hear that you're?
No, I don't.
It
at
sounds
all.
like you're about to rip your nail off.
Yeah, and you know who does it too?
All our kids.
Kaysen for sure.
Kaysen does his nail beds. Ava gets her nails.
Yeah.
Is that a genetic thing?
I don't know. Maybe it must be.
It's like a nervous tick almost.
Yeah. It's not admirable.
What is the silliest thing that the two of you have ever argued about?
There's a lot of
yeah,
those.
there's a lot of stupid things.
I would say that the dumbest things that we argue about are things that never actually even happen. It's like you're worried about something, and then I'm like playing the other side because I don't think it's going to happen, and then we've started a fight.
Yeah,
over,
but then it probably usually does happen.
No, but a lot of times it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. And then like we haven't talked in a day because something that theoretically could have happened.
Next time you should just let it theoretically
Well,
happen.
you're right. I should just let you do your thing. Let you be crazy.
Yeah, I can't think of one off the bat, but I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's really stupid things that.
Yeah.
It's like, this sounds really dumb, but when you have not argued in a while.
This is wrong. This is wrong. What you're about to say is wrong.
Okay.
That you feel the need to.
I just feel like sometimes, and you know what's always funny? It's always when I think about it, I'll be driving and I'm like, you know what? We have not gotten in like a bickering match or anything in 2 months. And then I'll come home.
That's your subconscious.
And
then
something
pick a fight with
happens
me.
where I'm like,
Hey,
now
guys,
look at us.
That guy's a douche.
We had a good 2 months.
So your brother and sister-in-law
Yes.
have never gotten in a fight
Right.
because he just lets her have her way.
My brother and
or
I.
doesn't. I
No,
shouldn't say
that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that sounded bad.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, no, it was more.
Let me.
He just is so non-confrontational.
Christopher and I are as opposite, I think, as siblings can be.
100%.
He was the best brother to grow up with because I could do everything to him, and he never told on me, never tattled, never came back and retaliated, never.
He's just the nicest,
He is
chill guy.
The most go with
His
the
blood
flow.
pressure must be, like,
he's
awesome.
He's just chill. So yes, I see what you're saying. He doesn't just give her what she wants, but he's very much like, it's
not worth fighting.
Yeah, that's not
Because
my
he's
thing.
right.
Well, and she's not an overly bearing personality either, so it's
No.
not like, But yeah, no. Sorry, you didn't get that right, Croft. You
Did not.
you got the spicy one over.
Yeah.
What is the most awkward moment that you've had on a date?
Awkward.
Trying to think of our early ones.
Yeah. Oh, what about our very first date?
What movie did we go see?
No, that was our.
Oh.
That was not our first date.
Oh, it
our
wasn't?
First, well, okay. Our first like one-on-one date where we weren't like meeting up with friends or whatever. We were going to go to Silver Fox,
Which is a
steakhouse,
Okay.
and we got there and it was closed. It was a Sunday and it was
I
closed.
don't remember that.
And then you'll remember this part.
Okay.
So we ended up going to Chili's, and when we got to Chili's, which I love Chili's,
Totally.
I realized that I had just gotten back from my lake house and I left my wallet at my lake house. And so all I had to pay for dinner was a check.
He left a check at Chili's.
Yeah, well, I went and found the manager and was like, "Look, I'm so sorry. I just realized I don't have my wallet. Can I pay with a check?" And he let me do it. I mean, that's kind of embarrassing. I was going to let you pay on our first date.
I would have paid on our first. I didn't have any money, but I could pay for Chili's.
Maybe.
I would think not even awkward. One of our worst dates. We were married. I think I was pregnant with Ava, and we were in Miami, and we went to STK. And we ate, there was like,
Foie gras.
and within 2 hours, you and I were both sick as dogs with food poisoning.
Yeah.
Alternating who's in the bathroom. I mean, nothing romantic at all.
You were pregnant.
Because I remember I was like, I'm going to die. I can't get
Yeah.
this sick.
And then at the same time,
Oh my God,
the
yes.
maintenance people came up because our safe wouldn't work. And I'm like, this is the wrong time.
kept
If we don't
coming-
do it now, we're not going to be able
They
to
kept
fix it.
coming in our room while we were both just running in and out of the bathroom. It was,
That was bad.
awful.
That was bad.
Okay. What? No. How did you meet? What was your first impression? We've done that.
Yeah.
What is your partner's most humorous, irrational fear or phobia? Well, I don't think my fears or phobias are irrational.
You're scared of everything.
I'm not scared of everything. What are my big ones?
Fire.
Okay, not irrational at all.
It is rational, but it's
And bees and wasps.
But it's-
totally rational as well.
you act irrationally when there might be a bee in your vicinity. I mean, the yelling and screaming and
I don't
running
yell and
around with
scream.
hands in the air.
I did
Yes,
throw
you do.
Ava's stroller down a hill one time.
While she was in it. I had to literally chase the stroller down a hill with my daughter in it because you thought you saw a bee. Yeah. That happened.
Yeah. I mean, yours is not. It's snakes.
I hate snakes.
I just don't understand why you hate them as much as you
I
do.
don't. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I hate them. I very rarely see a snake, but I hate them, and they're all over
the
this
one
house,
time we saw
all
one,
over this
y'all, he
property.
put a hamper on it with holes in it that were 2 inches by 2 inches over a little
Okay.
garden snake.
First of all, no, it was not a little snake. It was a huge.
It was a
snake.
rat snake.
It was a rat snake.
Yeah.
But
He
the
could
guy
get
that
out.
I was with had it under control. He needed something to put the snake in, and so the only thing I could find was a clothes hamper. So that wasn't.
The clothes hamper. And I think you were wearing a shirt that said like Zen
Yeah,
Warrior,
something-
which was even.
something warrior. Yeah. Travis took care of the snake for me.
And what hobby would your partner get into if money and time were not an issue?
Oh, that's good.
I would travel.
Is that a hobby?
I think
guess
it could be a
traveling
hobby.
can
Yeah,
hobby,
100%. That's what I would do.
You know, I played golf a couple of weeks ago. Really enjoyed playing golf.
I'm so glad you don't play
Yeah, you
golf.
should be. You should, because it takes so
And it's all the
much
time, every weekend. And
it's like 3 to 4 hours
that's
every
what I'm saying.
weekend.
We have friends that their spouse is golf and they're
Every
just
Saturday.
gone.
Gone all day. You would not handle that well.
I wouldn't like it. I mean, sometimes I would.
wouldn't like that. Like, I can't be that busy or that time.
Also,
consuming.
can you really call what you guys were doing golf?
Well, that's the other thing, is the only reason I had fun is because the group I was
Right.
with, and we were
At
just
one
having
point,
fun.
y'all, they were driving their golf cart backwards just to see if they could.
Yeah, for a full.
Just to
That
see
was
if they
funny.
could.
That was.
That's how Ty was golfing.
Yeah.
So,
It was not very competitive.
no. Last one. What random celebrity does your partner have an odd crush on?
Oh, that's
Odd crush on.
odd crush.
Who do you have an odd crush on?
I don't know.
Yours are pretty standard.
Yeah. Who would you say would be my crush?
I mean, you have a lot of crushes, but they're all like what you would call traditionally beautiful
Yeah.
women. Every once in a while, you keep talking about a guy. And I'll
What?
be- No. But like,
What are you talking
he
about?
dresses really well. Things like that, where I'm like, all right.
Oh no. So that's different. That is like I'm really bad at knowing like if
You say that. I'm bad at knowing if he's attractive, but if I could guess, he's an
But I
attractive
would-
man.
if I-
Like,
but
you
I-
can say he's
are-
attractive.
Are girls attracted to that guy? It's not. I think he's attractive. It's.
It's okay.
I know it's okay.
I'm not.
I'm just trying to explain, like, when that scenario.
I'm just
comes up.
saying, there have been times that you've done that.
It's usually, is that a good-looking dude?
Which you can tell. Like, I can tell what women are, I
Yeah.
think, classically beautiful. I find women that are uniquely pretty more attractive than
Like if they have a trait that stands out.
Sometimes,
it's
yeah. And I'm
different.
like, I think she's cute. She's like
green eyes
Naomi on Southern Charm before she got her nose job. I thought she was stunning. And then she got the nose job, and I was like, I don't know. I kind of liked her. Same with Jennifer Aniston. I thought Jennifer Aniston looked prettier before she had her nose job.
I don't know if I knew she had a nose job. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. What about yours? I guess like Jason Momoa type thing. Not that you have a crush on him.
I don't have a crush on him.
But that would be.
You know who I've always been
different.
super intrigued by?
Who?
Steven Tyler.
Okay, that would be.
That's an odd one, right?
Yeah, that's an odd one.
But it's from like when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it just kind of.
There's something about. Well, first of all, he's super famous. He has.
He was just very charismatic.
Well, he has
I was
a
like,
talent
man,
that is unreal.
You know what else too? I adore Liv Tyler.
Oh, that probably helps.
Love Liv Tyler. Obsessed with her in the 90s.
Just because of Armageddon?
I just thought she was beautiful. Yeah. She was stunningly beautiful.
We saw her in Malibu one day. Remember
Did
that?
we? No. Why do I not know
Starbucks
any
in
of this
Malibu.
stuff?
Yep.
I should have gone up and been like, "Where's your dad?"
I think you're out of his range.
I think he's 75. I know. Well, he can't talk now. I would have to do all the talking.
Oh, you had no problem with that.
Okay, that's it. Just a fun little way to end this anniversary. Okay.
5 years.
5
Go Rangers.
years. Go Rangers,
Go
everybody. Yeah, not going to the game tomorrow, but that's fine. We'll do a date night instead.
That'll save me a bunch of money.
Deal?
Yeah.
Okay, well, everybody, make sure you go to the Facebook page, like, rate, review, subscribe, all that stuff to the podcast. And Tybo and I will see you here, same time,
Same place.
next week.
Go Rangers.
Check out great deals throughout the store at Safeway. This week at Safeway, get mega packs of USDA Choice boneless beef chuck roast for $3.97 per pound with digital coupon, limit 2 packages. Plus, Hass avocados are 10 for $10 member price. And get Fuji apples for just 77 cents per pound with digital coupon. Also this week at Safeway, get selected varieties of Lucerne milk gallons for the member price of $3.99 each when you buy 2. Visit Safeway.com or head into your local store for more deals.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.